The US debt has hit $34 trillion. Nico's ears twitched. Trillion? That's like stacking catnip bags higher than the moon. Then came more news. Japan in debt, France in debt, Greece in debt. Even rich countries like Germany owed money. Wait, if everyone is in debt, who do they all owe? Some giant money dragon? Space bankers? He couldn't sleep that night. The question clawed at Nico's mind. Why is every country in debt? Who do they owe? He grabbed his little notebook and paw pen. This is a mystery I have to solve. The adventure had begun, but then doubt crept in. I'm just a cat. Debt? Trillions? These numbers are too big for me. Maybe I should just nap instead. He curled into a ball, but the thought wouldn't leave him. Debt was everywhere. Debt shaped the world. Neko whispered, if I don't learn this, I'll stay confused forever. He stood up again. Fourth. In the library, Neko found dusty old books. An old owl librarian said, debt has been with humans for thousands of years. Kings, merchants, and even empires used it. Neko tilted his head. So, it's not new? The owl nodded. Number, but it's powerful. Understand debt, and you understand how the world works. Neko's eyes lit up. Then I must learn it all. Neko opened the biggest book. It spoke of kings borrowing gold for wars and merchants lending ships for trade. He imagined a king pawning his crown just to hire more knights. Even kings were broke? This was the truth. Debt wasn't a mistake. It was part of how nations survive. And Neko was ready to dig deeper. The four big truths of debt. Who do countries owe? Japan owes $9 trillion, but most of it is to its own people, banks and citizens. Neko thought, so it's like borrowing toys from under my own bed. Still mine, just shifted. Foreign lenders. The US owes money to China, Japan, and others. China alone holds $800 billion. Neko chuckled. So America's giant credit card is sitting in China's drawer? Awkward. Global investors. Governments sell bonds. Anyone, banks, companies, people can buy them. So if I buy a US bond, I become America's lender? The endless cycle. Countries rarely pay all debt. They borrow new money to pay old money. That's like licking an empty food bowl hoping it refills. But then came the darker side. Neko read about Greece's debt crisis, Argentina's defaults, people losing savings, jobs, homes. So, debt can destroy lives, not just numbers. The question grew scarier. What if this happens everywhere? Neko pictured a nightmare. Countries drowning in debt, prices rising, families starving, nations collapsing. It felt hopeless. Is debt just a curse? A trap no one escapes? For a moment, Neko almost gave up. Maybe the world was broken forever. But then, he flipped a page. Debt also built bridges, schools, hospitals, technology. Good debt made life better. Bad debt caused collapse. Neko smiled. Debt is like fire. Fire cooks your meal, but it can also burn your house. At last he understood. The secret wasn't avoiding debt, it was balance. Neko stepped outside looking at the city. Skyscrapers, trains, highways, all built with borrowed money. The world ran on debt, and that wasn't just bad, it was the system. Neko thought hard. So, debt isn't owed to one scary money boss. It's spread across people, banks, investors, and countries. He realized it wasn't about paying every dollar back. It was about keeping trust alive. If trust broke, everything broke. That was the true danger. Neko returned to his couch, notebook full. He looked into the camera. Now I know the truth. Every country is in debt because debt is how the world works. Who do they owe? Their people? Other nations? Investors everywhere? The secret isn't escaping debt, it's managing it, like balancing on a tightrope. Still, I'd rather owe catnip than trillions. What do you think? Should countries try to pay off all debt? Or is debt just part of life forever? Tell Neko in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more.